What is going down? It's DJ Ash Noble here, and welcome back to another stream. Today we are doing the movement aftermath. For those of you who don't know, I was playing an event in Mexborough last night called the Movement. It was like a bonfire night sort of event. Well, they called it Tick Tick Boom, and there was like fireworks on the flyer, but not actually letting off fireworks, obviously. It was just a rave that was on, yesterday. That was sort of, to celebrate in some sense the bonfire weekend. And what can I say about this event? Well, actually, it's not the best event I played at, to be honest. And I don't like to come online and sort of start, ripping and slagging an event off. And that's not, in some sense, what I'm going to do because I had a really fun, enjoyable night. Don't get me wrong. It was just a couple of things went wrong for me, and just a couple of things that didn't really turn out too good for me, and I felt a little bit sort of like gutted, because I'd sort of looked forward to this event for quite a long time. And it was, I was excited all week thinking, it's coming up, it's going to be this Friday. And then Friday came, and we got to the event, and just a few things didn't, didn't really work out for me. And I'm a little bit gutted in that sense, and it kind of makes me feel a little bit like, just a bit like I wish it had gone a little bit differently. I just, for that reason, I enjoyed myself, but I still just didn't have the best night that I originally thought I was going to have. So originally, I was booked to MC. They said they had a slot for me to MC if I wanted to jump on and MC at the next movement. And then the following movement, they was going to put me on to DJ, essentially. So I was like, yeah, I'm up for that. I'll do that. You got a space to MC. I'll jump on and do it. I'll be hitting the event with a layman anyway, so why not? Be a bit of fun. Um, and then probably about just over a week ago, I got a message, and they said, would you DJ would you DJ the last little bit until close? A DJ's pulled out. And and that buzzed me because obviously, in the day and age we're in now, and where we are today, I am trying to push the DJing a little bit more than the MCing. So it kind of buzzed me, and I kind of wanted to go there and smash in an absolutely awesome set. So it kind of buzzed me. So I really started thinking about putting something together, and just a little, I wasn't on for like all that long. It was just a little bit until the close. Like half an hour, sort of type things. So I just thought, right, half an hour, just to show them a little bit of skills, that I can do behind the decks, and just go there and have a shed load of fun as well. So I sort of spent all week, and sort of putting a little set together, and we even went live, and we made a little intro tune on FL Studio. And stuff like that, and I was just really thinking about how can I just go on them decks, and just get everybody absolutely buzzing. And that's what I did. I put this set together that I thought would, get the crowd absolutely buzzing. So we get to the event, and we get there, more or less quite early, and everything's all fine and buzzing. We're here. I'm absolutely buzzed for the night ahead. The promoters, they can't be any nicer. Shake me hand. Did you want a drink? And to the bar, and get me a drink. And if you want a drink, just come and find me. I was all like, sound, oh, wicked, thank you, and got a nice pint of coke, and and stuff like that. And it just enjoyed, the music, and just sort of wait, sort of as it was starting to fill up a little bit, just enjoying the vibe. And then about sort of half an hour, 35 minutes before my MC set, one of the promoters comes over and says, um, just essentially comes and says, the guy who you're supposed to be emceeing with, on the B2B set, he's not turned up, essentially. So you can just take this one on your own if you want, or you can get the layman to jump on with you if you want. So I was a bit like, if you want to jump on layman, you can jump on, but I am quite happy to, to do it myself as well. And I kind of thought, well, you know what, I would kind of like to do it myself. And then probably about 15 minutes before I'm due to go on and do the MC set, another guy comes over who's another MC on the flyer and says, I'll jump on with you. I'll do it B2B with you because your other guy hasn't turned up. So I was a little bit like, oh, I kind of wanted to go on my own, but I was kind of like, do you know what? Let's just do it and see how it goes. And then it comes to the MC set, and I take my mic and my mic cable, and at this point there's no other mic. There's no other mic cable plugged in or anything. So I plug my mic cable in, and then we're just getting no sound, and the mic's just cutting in and the mic's just cutting out. And we have a little bit of an issue at the beginning of the set where the mic's just coming in and out, and it's like 1 minute the mic's back and then the next minute it's gone, and then the crowd just can't really get into it because it's like 1 minute there's an MC and then the next minute there isn't an MC, or an MC starts spitting a bar and then all of a sudden the mic just cuts out. So I was a little bit annoyed with that. I was a little bit gutted, like, and I was thinking, like, how, my mic leaders work fine at home, how is it not working now? And then eventually we get another mic lead plugged in. And then I did enjoy the set to quite a lot of extent. But I will be honest, this other guy, who I do apologise, I forget his name. I do kind of feel like he was overpowering me a little bit. And I felt like he definitely had a bit of a louder voice than me. He sounded louder through the mic, and I sounded like I was shouting, and I just wasn't coming through the mic as loud as I could be. And I was trying to hold it, and he was saying like, no, hold it like this, and talk through it like that, and it just didn't feel like it was really coming through. I was really struggling to hear myself. And even people like the layman were saying, we can't really hear you properly. So I just felt a little bit like it hasn't gone the way I wanted it to go. I haven't given it my all. And I feel like I've definitely been very let down. And obviously, when the mic cable didn't work, it didn't put me off, but it definitely did. In some sense, it did. It definitely threw me off a little bit. Like, because it kind of like it annoyed me because I thought like I didn't want this to happen. Like I just wanted to plug the mic in and just go and sound like crystal clear, which is like which was like obviously the main thing. And then the set finished, and then it was just back to walking around and dancing and socializing. There was all like, oh, big ups for the set, and you did good, and people was like, oh, you're a really good MC, and like, oh, you smashed it up there, and that gives you a bit of confidence knowing that what they could hear of you, or other people did actually enjoy it, and like, whoa, you're actually a really good MC, you. And it was really nice to hear that feedback that people was enjoying it, because sometimes you think something's bad and other people might actually think it's all right. So it was quite good. I went through some new bars and stuff, so it wasn't all like horrible. It's just I wish like things like the mic cable just hadn't but then again, I didn't know. I mean, the mic cable worked here. All I did was unplug it and put it in my bag and then take it to the event. And boom, what can I say? and because there was no mic in, like I just took my lead in case, because normally there is a lead plugged in and you just plug your mic into the lead, but there was no lead plugged in at the time because they'd started with no MCs, you see. So it just sort of annoyed me a little bit, like because I didn't want that to go wrong. And then I just thought positive, like I've got this DJ set at the end, and I put something so sick and planned something together. So I thought this is gonna definitely make up for it. And then little was I to know that things was about to get worse for me. So I dance the night away, enjoy myself, and then it gets ready for the last set, and I'm like proper buzzed, like really buzzed for this set. And I'm literally like excited and nervous at the same time, and it's getting like half an hour before I'm on, and I even pulled my headphones out of my bag and put the headphones round my neck like way too early, and like got my USB in my pocket ready. And I'm like, it's far too early, but when you're excited, and then it comes to, the end of the set, and the beginning of my set, and the Owen NRG, who absolutely smashed there like a hard bass, like a harder bounce set. He hands the decks over to me, so I get my headphones plugged in, get me intro tune loaded up, and then I'm literally ready. And then there was one little error that kind of it annoyed me, but it wasn't like the biggest error in the world. So with this tune, the intro tune that we'd made, I'd set a cue point. So it starts on the breakdown. And I thought when you loaded the track, it like automatically loaded it to that cue point, but you've actually got to press on the hot cues. It lights up green, and you've got to press it. And I didn't realise. So I faded Owen's tune out, and then I went to press play on my tune, but it actually started it from the beginning of the tune, and not the actual breakdown of the tune. So that kind of annoyed me a little bit, because I was like, oh, I didn't realise that. And I think it sort of threw the crowd off a little bit as well, because it went from this like banging don't tune into just like a more or less like a kick on its own. But then people heard the oh yeah from Set You Free, and then it kind of like kept them a little intrigued. And then the breakdown came in, and then entrance vocals came in, and it was absolutely buzzing. There was loving, and there was going for it. And then the drop comes in, and I'm bang, play on the second tune, True Love Never Dies, and then I double drop it in. The MC who was on the last set, he was like, can I stay on for your set? And I'm like, if you want to stay on, go ahead, bro. I just want to smash it up behind the decks. I don't care if you're there on the mic, to be honest. But no, on a real note, the MC was proper smashing it. He was getting right into it. So we double drop into True Love Never Dies, and then we get halfway through True Love Never Dies, and the whole system just shuts off. The fire alarm goes off, and apparently some girl was vaping in the toilets, and apparently the fire alarm went off. And cut the story short, like everything just cut off, so the whole power just absolutely just went, all the sound, just all the speaker sounds and everything just went off. You couldn't hear anything. The decks were still turned on, but like all the power itself had just gone, and then all you could hear was this fire alarm going off. And we tried resetting the decks, and we tried turning the system back on and off, and there was just no sound. It was like almost like someone else had shut it off, that was like controlling something, like because of the fire alarm. So I was like proper, like, I was gutted at this point, because I'm like, oh my god, what's gone on here? And I'm looking around, and people that really would have probably known how to get the sound system back on. They weren't really doing anything to get it back on. It was almost like, oh, there ain't long left of the night now. We may as well just finish off it. It's gone off. Let's keep it off. And it kind of like annoyed me a bit, because I thought, just get it back on. And I could see, everybody makes their way to the door, and they start leaving, and they just finish and close the night. And I'm not gonna lie, it actually did annoy me a little bit, because I'm thinking to myself, like, I've come all the way from Hull, and I've literally like jumped on and played about a tune and a half, and then like my set's been stopped. Do you know what I mean? And not only that, like, I spent like all week putting something together to try and do my best to, like, to make it good, and obviously like try and smash it the best I can. And I just feel like, I just almost feel like I just in some sense wasn't thought about, like, a guy's come all the way from Hull, and this has happened, and we're just gonna say, so, it doesn't matter how far he's come, screw it, we'll just finish up for the night. And I just felt a little bit like a letdown, like, because I was thinking at first, like, have I blown the system? And then I'm thinking, but I wasn't redlining or anything. It wasn't like I was overpowering the system. I was monitoring the gains. I was, my whole eyes was on getting this set right. So I was thinking, like, unless the system had just overheated itself from being hammered all night. But then you think, like, if it's all like a club or like a venue, you expect systems to be hammered for hours on end. Unless anybody else had been redlining. But when I took over from Owen, there was no redlining. And like I say, the whole sort of like enjoyment of that set just went, and I was cut off halfway through my second tune, and then that was it. It was like goodbye, and it just really, like, because I wanted to finish the night off on that good set, and then everything just went off, and I just kind of felt cheated, really. Like, I've just, like I've been cheated, really. Like, I've come all this way. Me might lead didn't work. Me set didn't go to plan. And then so for that, I just, in all fairness, I just didn't have the best event, to be honest. I've gone to like other events and just smashed sets in and enjoyed myself, and this one, it's just like it's almost like it isn't meant to be. And I don't know if there's something telling me, not that this isn't meant to be, because like, I mean, well, I first got told that I was going to be on. I went to their launch event, and then I was first told I was going to be on the next event, and then that event came and I wasn't on it. And then they said, oh, look, we'll get you on the next one. And then the next one came, and oh, well, you're going to be on December's. And then, but you can no, oh, but no, actually, you can MC this one if you want. So I'm like, yeah, that's sound. And then the flyer comes out, and then miraculously, my name is missed off on the flyer. Um, you know, and then and then obviously they put my flight name on, and they get it amended and stuff, and then it's like, oh well, actually, can you DJ this one? And then I'm talking to the guy today, like, just saying, thanks for having me down and stuff, don't know what happened with the system at the end, and now they're like, do you want to play Boxing Day? And that's not the next, that's not the December event that they said there was, that they said they was going to put me on. Originally, they said the 2nd of December they'll put me on. So now I'm thinking, are they not going to do that? And I'm thinking, like, am I actually just being messed around here? Or am I just reading too much into this? But have I got the feeling that that like they don't really want to put me on, but like they feel bad, so they put me on, because I haven't been hassling them as such. But like when they say they're gonna put you on, and then you don't hear anything, and then a flyer comes out without your name on, and then you're thinking, well, I could take another booking for that day, or you could do something else for that day. Like, am I completely in the wrong? Do you know what I mean? So I just feel a little bit like just a teensy weensy unsure on, like, what's to do. So I'm gonna find out what the sort of what the situation is, and take it from there, essentially, and just see sort of like how we go. But unfortunately, it was just one of them things where it wasn't the best event. You know, few things just didn't go right, and then sadly it was just, you know, it just wasn't as good for me. So you know, nevertheless, there will be more good events in the future. It's obviously it's not the end. It was just a little bit of a disappointment. You know, Noble will live through, and you know we'll go on to do some other amazing things. Trust me, we've got you know, The Sopranos in Amsterdam, you know, to look forward to. Obviously, I've got a booking on the 16th of December that I can't announce just yet. Till like artwork and stuff is released, and I'm sure some other bits and bobs will obviously float the surface, and you know we'll come around, and you know we'll take it from there. But anyway, people, make sure to like, make sure to comment, make sure to share.